Exhausted Ukrainian soldiers abandon their posts amid intense fighting. Since the conflict began in 2022, nearly 96,000 criminal cases have been opened involving Ukrainian soldiers abandoning their posts, a sixfold increase in the past 2 years. The situation is getting worse as the fighting intensifies, and soldiers face exhaustion and internal problems. Pressure on soldiers. Roman Solomonyk, a 45-year-old soldier who volunteered for the army on the first day of the war, is now wanted for leaving his unit without permission. He had previously been tasked with digging trenches and shooting down drones, but a conflict with his commander led him to abandon his post. Roman's case is not unique. According to President Volodymyr Zelensky, many Ukrainian soldiers are exhausted after serving for long periods without rest. But he has resisted setting a deadline for demobilization, leaving many veterans wondering why they should risk their lives when millions of other men have not yet been called up. Oleksandr Hrinchuk, a representative of the Military Law Enforcement Agency, said fatigue, personal circumstances, or a lack of leadership were the main reasons for many soldiers' absences. Still, 40 to 60% of those who leave their posts return, while permanent desertions account for a lower percentage but are considered serious crimes. Human resources challenges and efforts to overcome them, Ukraine has not yet released official figures on desertions. Some experts estimate the number could exceed 100,000, close to the target of 160,000 troops that Ukraine needs to mobilize. To address the problem, President Zelensky recently pledged to pardon soldiers who returned to their units before January 1st, helping some 3,000 return in just a few days. By comparison, Moscow courts have handled at least 10,000 similar cases, but Russia's larger population and stricter military discipline system give it greater control. Internal problems and lack of organization. In addition to fighting the Russian army, Ukrainian soldiers also face obstacles from their own military system. Roman, who served in the Territorial Defense Force, said that he and his comrades had to raise 700,000 hryvnia, $17,000, to buy trucks, satellite equipment, and other tools to carry out the mission of shooting down UAVs. However, he also encountered illogical and dangerous orders from his superiors. A commander ordered all soldiers to gather in one place, making them easy targets for an attack. Unable to bear the conditions, Roman and many of his comrades decided to leave. In addition, many specialized troops, such as air defense troops, were sent to the front lines to perform infantry duties. This was also the reason why many soldiers lost their motivation to fight. Roman believes that only when the Ukrainian military system is reformed to reduce bureaucracy can soldiers maintain their loyalty and motivation. The consequences of a prolonged war. The state of exhaustion and instability in the Ukrainian army is an inevitable consequence of a prolonged war. Kiev now has to consider between mobilizing more troops, which risks destabilizing society, and maintaining the current force under inadequate conditions. In this context, internal reform and creating better conditions for soldiers will be key to maintaining fighting strength.